Hello. This oh, I had a frog in my throat. This is going to be my winter everyday makeup look. I did this the other day and I literally loved how it turned out. Like, it's one of my favorite looks and I want to share it. I was basically inspired. I did this shoot. I'll insert photos now. The editing goes mad. And it was like super pink cheeks and it looked flawless. It was super glowy. That is what I'm going to do for you today. You lucky people. That sounds really up my own arse. So I have prepped my skin and I used the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This is actually the Alice in Wonderland edition. It's so cute. I went to their brunch in Selfridges to celebrate the launch of the product and it was unreal. And then it was popped on the Laneige lip mask. So face is ready to go. Right. Firstly, I got sent this the other day and I tried it out yesterday and it's the Wonderskin All Day Stay Foundation. Mine's in the shade, what shade are you in? Halo. Oh, it's a pretty name. And I really liked how it turned out. My skin looked really glowy after. So yes, onto my face. Oh, the background is a bit different and that is because I'm back home for Christmas. I live like just outside of London, that's where my family home is. And it's been so weird coming back and just being in my childhood bedroom again. And also like, I feel so bad because every time I come home, all I ever do is sleep. Like I literally come home and hibernate. I think it's just because all of like London and my busy schedule catches up with me, and then when you get the time off then you just like literally fall and pass out on my bed. Well, that's me anyway. And this is how the skin's looking once it's all blended out. It's like a really lightweight foundation, but it blends out so effortlessly that there's no streak marks and my skin just looks radiant and glowing, but it still looks like my skin, which is always what I look for in a foundation or like tinted moisturiser, etc, etc. Now I'm jumping into concealer and I've got my trusty, so this is like all the makeup bits I kind of brought back from home. So I had to pack lightly because I'm actually going from home to Abu Dhabi in a few days. The Hourglass concealer is an all-time favourite of mine. So I'm just taking like a tiny bit of it on a brush. And I've actually been enjoying not putting my concealer directly up to my eye. I kind of target it in just like the bits there, as I find it creases less and also just looks more natural around my nose and on any blemishes. My skin is finally clearing up, which I'm so happy about because it has been going through it. It's been having a mental breakdown. I'm also feeling a bit better, which is good. I say that as I'm coughing. I've been taking supplements, but I've been taking like, I did like a Q&A on my Instagram the other day actually. I was like, what's your skincare routine? And I've really stripped it back. I've been using the Tatcha rice skincare. I've also been taking the like hair, skin and nails biotin complex, I think, from Holland & Barrett. So I kind of just quickly searched up. I was like, what balances hormones? Because I felt like my hormones were in just like a frenzy, and I've been taking those and I have noticed a difference in my skin. So happy days, happy days. Right, once I've kind of popped that product on, I'm just going to take my ring finger and blend it out. Okay, we're now gonna finally bring some warmth back to the face because I'm in dire need of a tan, basically. When am I not? I've got the Merit Bronzing Balm. This has been my go-to recently. I've really been enjoying it. My Hourglass brush. And then we'll kind of stamp it onto my face. I also bake cookies. I made a little video. If you haven't seen it yet, then I would go watch it because it's honestly, in my humble opinion, the best cookie recipe out there. And then for blush, I've literally got the most gorgeous combination. It's the Rhode blush in Sleepy Girl with the Clinique Chubby Stick in Hefty Highlights. And these two just combine so beautifully together on the face. You know what? The Rhode blushes, I always forget how much I love them until I use them again. And then I'm like, wow, why did I ever stop using this? Especially this shade Sleepy Girl, I just find it so flattering. Sorry, I feel like the lighting keeps kind of like changing. That's just the sun. I mean, it's finally decided to come out today, which is crazy. It doesn't look like it's winter, but it is. This is going to be quite a blushy look, so I will be building this up. I'm also going to drag it over the nose as well. I did also drag a bit of the bronzer over my nose because I find this is how you get that kind of like flushed look, as if your face has seen sun, even if it hasn't, if you're in a cold country like me. I'm just going to grab a bit more of that blush. And I think it's kind of like not being scared to kind of bring it into this area of your face. I feel like there's a huge trend where you'd concentrate it more up here. But actually I found it looks really pretty in the apples of your cheeks. That's me all blushed up. I mean, you can still see that my skin's glowing from the foundation, and also I think because it's a cream, it doesn't look completely matte, even though the Rhode formula is. I'm now going in with the Clinique highlighter, which I just really like. It's so natural, but it just adds that like glow from within. And it doesn't ever disturb the products you've got underneath, which I really like. Okay, that is the creams kind of all in place. I'm now going to get my powders. I feel like a little scientist, like my creams and now my powders. I have just clipped my hair back because I don't know why I didn't do it at the beginning because it's been getting in the way, but I love this clip. It's actually from M&S. M&S have some great beauty finds. That's not beauty, that's a hair accessory. Has some great accessories. To set that in place, I'm going in firstly with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Bronzing Powder. I have fallen absolutely in love with this. This is in the shade Golden Sunrise 90. For one, I just love how big it is because I need a lot of bronzer in my life and this satisfies those bronzer needs. It's also got a lovely sheen to it. I don't know if you can see. Oh, I think the sun's picking it up. And if you haven't used a shimmery bronzer, this is your sign to, because I personally think it can elevate your makeup look by using bronzer with a sheen because it really adds that sun-kissed glowing effect. So I'll just kind of be very generous with this and literally bronze up my whole face. I just kind of go over the top of everywhere I've put the cream products and then bringing it over my nose, also on my eyelids. I'm not very precise with it, but I think that's how it looks really natural. And another new little beauty find that I found is the Kylie Cosmetics blush. This is in the shade Sienna and it's so gorgeous. Like, I used it and I was like, wow, my makeup, I love it. It's just, it's not too pink, it's not too orange. It's just a perfect neutral shade that I genuinely do think would be flattering on so many skin tones. Not gonna say all, but I think a lot of skin tones it will really suit. And it's also like really pigmented, so I'm only gonna use a bit. To finish off the powders, a product that I literally love is a Dior Backstage Glow Palette in Universal 100, but I would always use a mixture of the top two shades. However, the makeup artist used this pink shade on me and it looked incredible. And it's just a shade that I would never ever pick out for myself. But that's why it's good to try new things, you know? Putting it kind of just there as like a blush topper almost. And then also on my nose. Then I'm going to set the concealer into place, and for that I've got this Hourglass Ambient Veil Loose Setting Powder. Now I do actually have the full size one at home, but I prefer the mini one. Just one, it's easier for travelling, and two, I feel like I never actually use that much powder. For instance, this is how much I've got on my brush, but I'm also going to wipe off the excess in the lid and then just sweep it under my eyes. I think because I've got such dry skin, I don't like using loads of powder. I always like look at what makeup artists do on me, and they barely use any powder on me, so I now do the same. Over my smile lines and then my forehead. And I feel like you can just see how healthy a complexion my skin's looking. Also how much more just alive and awake I look after a little bit of bronzer and blush, but the shades are just, they blend so effortlessly into each other. Onto eyeballs. I'm actually going to go in with this product, which is an eyeshadow, but it's the Guerlain Terracotta in the shade Light 03 Medium Warm. But it's a bronzer and a blush, but it's actually like the perfect combination of the bronzer and blush I used on my face. And I'm going to use it as an eyeshadow. I'm kind of going to take, because you can see like the beautiful pattern that's in it, the pinky ones more in the centre of my lid and then the bronzy ones in my eye socket. And then, yeah, just warming the crease up with the bronzier shades. But yeah, I'm actually going to the pub this evening to celebrate New Year's Eve. It's kind of turned into a tradition now where every year we go to the pub. But I'm super looking forward to it because it'd be lovely to see everyone and just have a drink, have a chat. I don't know, Christmas is one of those weird ones. I feel like it's such like a build up to one day that it's almost inevitable it's going to be a letdown. But that's why for me I just kind of enjoy the whole festive period because it's just a lovely time to spend with your family and your loved ones. Oh, I've got a hair on my... You know when you do your makeup and then you get an itch and it's really hard because you don't want to ruin your makeup. So I just tend to go for like a pat. Just try and get rid of the itch. Sorry, I feel like I've gone literally into the darkness now. I don't know if you can see me, but we're gonna hope and pray that you can. This step is like This is what I find I do to elevate the everyday. You don't have to do this. This is very optional. But here I've got the Hourglass Curator eyeshadow palette. They're like quads, and every single one I've used, they've been so gorgeous. I love Hourglass as a brand. I think they're great. I'm just going to go in with this, not that one, this one. Like, it's a really, really dark chocolate brown. I'm just going to take it really close to my lash line. I find using eyeshadow in the daytime, it's just like a lovely blown out diffused soft line towards the lash line. But I find in the daytime using an eyeshadow just makes it look really natural and adds that definition without being as harsh as an eyeliner. Don't get me wrong, for an evening I'm always adding an eyeliner. I love the look of eyeliner. I think it just adds so much to an eye. And my favourites have been the brown one from Hourglass in the shade Cave. And I love that it's twistable, because why are all eyeliners not twistable? Sharpening eyeliners is the bane of my life. But that being said, I do love the YSL one in black, and that isn't retractable. But it's so good that I don't mind sharpening it. I say I don't mind sharpening it. I actually never sharpen it and then just scratch my eyeball with it. Oh, it's really annoying that the lighting's gone so dark. What if I move you? We have light, Okay, I'm now going in with the Lancome Idole Mascara. It was light and now it's gone again. If you've seen any of my other makeup tutorials, you know that I've just been loving brown mascara on repeat. I just think brown mascara is a really, really good way to keep your look natural, but still elevated. I've just gone in with the Ilia, what are you? Dark brown full micro tip brow pencil, and basically gone over my beauty marks and any freckles and little sun things I've got, as I just think that makes it look so natural. And now, exciting times, because I've got a brand new product I've never used before. This is the Clinique Just Browsing, see what they did there, Clear Sculpting Gel. I'm going to wipe off the excess because I don't know how the formula kind of goes. What I typically do is brush up my brows. Okay, so far, so good. I think, as I've got really coarse eyebrows and not all gels pick up, but that is like, feels like it's laminated them into place. But I find brow gels are one of those ones that you just don't know until you've had like a full day's wear out of them, because sometimes it like kind of balls up over the top or disturbs the foundation underneath. So we'll see how that one wears. Why am I so dark? Oh, you can see the eyes now. On to lips. My new favourite lip combo has got to be Kylie. I have been loving the lip liners, and I recently went to a brunch then where I got gifted new shades. Exciting times. First I'm just going to blend in the Laneige. These lip liners are honestly some of my favourite formulas out there, just because I find that the shades are so flattering, but they also stay in place. They stay in place, but they also still blend out easily. This is in the shade Coconut. And I love this shade because I find this is just like the perfect mixture of the blush and bronzer I've got on my face. I find it just ties everything in nicely. And then I'll blend it out with my finger. And then for the centre, I've been loving the lip butters from Kylie, because I find often with like lip oils, I don't know if you have it as well, when the product kind of like disperses all around the top and then it just gets messy and it kind of leaks in your bag and it's just a nightmare. The lip butters I find have the similar formula to a lip oil, but the packaging, because it's in a squeezy tube, it just means that it doesn't leak everywhere. They also smell heavenly. This is in the shade Toasted Marshmallow. Yeah, I feel like you can see how it's like super high shine. And this is the finished makeup look. Also, please subscribe. That's a little side note, but like, yeah, subscribe and like it, you know, whilst you're down there, you might as well do the double whammy. And see you in my next video. Who knows what it will be, but I can guarantee it's going to be an absolute cracker of a video. Bye.